Hello and welcome to this video about XPages and MVC. My name is Petro Quinten. I've been working with IBM Notes and Domino for more than 20 years. I maintain a blog called Quintessential Notes where I write mainly about application development within IBM Notes and Domino. This video is part of a series of short videos that I will release. So what are the deliverables? In the video you will learn about the design pattern called MVC, where different tasks within an application are separated into three groups: model, view and controller. I will not deep dive too deep into this concept, so if you're interested in it, I suggest you to do some study yourself on the subject. You will also learn more on Java server faces and Java as a programming language. Again, here I will talk about JSF on a base level and mainly how it is accessible via XPages. I will also not take a deep dive into Java as a programming language. There are instructors out there who have much more profound knowledge in Java than I have, but with some basic programming skills you should be fine to follow the videos and you will learn some Java on the fly. The main focus in this series will be on building an XPages application where we apply the MVC model. This application you can build yourself and install on your IBM Domino server, and of course you can use it as inspiration for your upcoming application development projects. With the boundaries of this course cleared out, nevertheless some words on MVC. In this series we will only talk about how to apply MVC within XPages. The applied concept is not unique. In fact, the upcoming implementation is mainly inspired by a blog series from Papilia Software House on MVC within XPages and a presentation by John Dalsgaard on MVC in XPages. But a short summary on MVC. As said in the previous slide, MVC is a design pattern where different tasks within an application are being separated into three groups. The first group, the model, consists of the data model, and on top of that a service layer. The data model describes the data objects in your application and the way how to manipulate the data. So this contains all CRUD operations: create, read, update and delete, and its implementation for a specific type of database. And of course in this course we will be using an NSF, that is a node storage facility. Another part of the model is the service layer, where the business logic is implemented. An example of this is the validation of data. The second group, the view, is the UI or user interface to present or capture the data. In an XPages application, the view is often provided via a one-to-one relation of an XPage and a managed bean. The XPage should only be used to generate the HTML structure of the UI, and the role of the managed bean is to talk with the service layer. And as third group there is the controller. This is the easiest part to discuss, because in XPages the controller is the faces context of JSF, and this is already set up for us on the IBM Domino server when we launch an XPage, so no coding is involved here. Perhaps the next diagram borrowed from the presentation of John Dalsgaard makes it a bit more clear. So what will you learn about JSF and Java, or what should you know at start? XPages is an IBM extension of Java service faces that resides on the IBM Domino server, and it allows you to work with data in NSFs. So you will benefit from any additional knowledge of the JSF concept and its components. This also goes for all additional knowledge about the IBM Domino platform, of course. I personally learned a lot about JSF from the JSF tutorial by Chad Dalby, available on Udemy. During the development we will explore JSF within XPages more in depth and use it as much as possible. So why do we use Java during development? Since XPages is a breed of Java server faces, Java is available for us almost everywhere within XPages. There are many Java libraries available in the extension library on the IBM Domino server, and of course you can bring in third-party libraries yourself. So programming in Java gives you much more opportunities instead of sticking to server-side JavaScript and vanilla XPages controls. Also, the concept of object-oriented programming is more suitable in Java than in server-side JavaScript. I do not find myself qualified to learn you all ins and outs of Java as a programming language. I learned a lot by following a few tutorials by John Purcell, also available on Udemy. But if you have some basic programming skills, I think you will be fine to hang along and understand how to use Java within XPages. Of course, I also would like to recommend you to read the books in the IBM XPages series, but they tend to hook you on using server-side JavaScript, which I personally find a pity. The main deliverable for this course is to show you how you can build a working XPages application. I personally learned the most by having a working sample application in my hands or installed on my IBM Domino server and see all the code and understanding data in the application. The application we are going to build is going to be some sort of employee registry, and we cover most part of the data that typically resides in a Notes application, and we will perform basic CRUD operations on that data. To make the application a bit more attractive, we will add some plugins in our project like Bootstrap, Font Awesome, Select2, etc. How to do this and make them available, use them within our application will be demonstrated step by step. So what can you expect in the upcoming videos? At this moment I do not have an index of subjects, so I will just cover each item as they come along when we build our application. So the items I will discover, they do not have any particular or fixed order. I just hope to cover as many items as possible for you. The whole idea is to simply demonstrate all the available technologies that you can use to build a modern web application using XPages on your IBM Domino application platform. I will end this presentation with an overview of some recommended resources from which I benefited from. Perhaps they can be of help for you too. That is it for now. I hope to see you again in an upcoming video.